Good morning, fellow humans, fellow travelers. Today is April 8th, 2024. It's just after 6 o'clock in the morning. Yep, 6:03, starting a few minutes late because there's a lot of good stuff. This is Department of Career Services, where our goal is simple: to help you get from where you are to someplace better, from someday Isle to Successlandia. And there's three fundamental ways we do it. One is the worksheet down below, which has a routine on it, a complete maybe 10 minutes preparation before the podcast, breathing exercise, attitude of gratitude exercise, examination of yesterday exercise, then project the day and move forward. There's this podcast, and there is the routine, setting up the idea of all we want to do is replace habits with better habits. That's all we want to do, replace existing habits with better habits. So good morning, Wadabebi and Mitch. Good morning. Interesting to see whether Matt will be here today or he'll be behind the rock once again. But here we are. So let's get started. A lot to do today. All right, first of all, everybody needs to be ready. Secondly, I have included on the worksheet a trust battery exercise that goes with Darren Daly, which we're going to be talking about today, the idea of trust. So I'm hoping to have copies of the trust battery exercise. However, we can at least talk about it. So it would be good for everybody watching this. Go to the worksheet. You can either scroll down below, find a link to Thriving Warrior website. Okay. So that's an hour and a half, about an hour and 15 minutes from now. So everybody has plenty of time to watch a 5-minute video. Maybe you can do it while people are walking. Probably not, though, because they won't be able to focus. The trust battery exercise. So we're going to be talking about it today. And okay, that's number one. So class today at 8. Number 2, people should get in the habit of watching the TED Talk. Now that we are doing the course, we should watch the TED Talks before we get to class. So while you're getting ready, ideally the thing to do is do it while you're on your bed in the morning before you get up, while you're just thinking about stuff. So wake up 15 minutes early if you need to. And do it. Why? Because it's important. All right, let's see what else do we got on here. Okay, so we've got the Trust Battery Workshop. We also have a very good motivational video, Alan Watts and Eckhart Tolle, The Void. I think it fits very well with the Copernican Revolution in G School. So those are both red letter. Darren Hardy and the motivational video are red letter. Jordan Peterson, of course, is always good, but it's not red letter. And Seth's blog. Nope. So we've got 2 red letter things today, 2 new red letter things today. And what else do we have going on? Let's see. What else is happening today? Oh, Matt is there. All right, Matt. Okay, Matt. Good to see you. Maybe it was the ice cream last night that got you here. All right, so today's TED Talk is David Logan. This week is Outside Our Skull Size Kingdom. So week number 2, last week was Inside Our Skull Size Kingdom. This week is Outside Our Skull Size Kingdom. Week number 1, which we'll see in 2 weeks. Week number 1 is Introduction and Orientation. Then we go to Inside Our Skull Size Kingdom, Outside Our Skull Size Kingdom. What is the purpose? The purpose is to answer 2 questions. Who am I and why do I behave the way I do? If we know the answer to those 2 questions, we have the ability to be who we need to be right now. And who we need to be right now could be different than who we need to be tomorrow or later today or some point in the future. And, for the people in our program, I would say what you need to be 3 years from now is a way, way, way better version of your future. In fact, that's the thing that applies to all of us, even me. What am I doing about it? Oh, I'm going to graduate school. That's what I'm doing about it. I'm not being complacent. And most of the people, I know nobody, well, actually, I guess I kind of do, because I'm in class and there's 2 or 3 other people who are at or near or beyond my age. One of them is a female who's a lawyer also, but she's an attorney, or she was an attorney, and this is now the next stage of her education, sort of like me, but I think for her it's more of an intellectual pursuit, personal pursuit. And there's another woman who's getting her GPPM who's close to my age, maybe older, but I doubt it. So, but very, very, very few people that are in their mid 60s are going back to school in a graduate school program at a top performing university. I have no doubt that a lot of people are taking little crafts, workshops, how to paint, gardening, and stuff like that. That's all good. But this is different. So it would show you that, why would you invest this kind of money right now? And the money I invest, just my cost of school is more than your cost of housing on our program. It's more than $275 a week. Why? Because it's important. It's an investment in myself. So, let's see. Okay, what is the answer to that, Matt? What is the answer to that? All right, worksheet. Back to our worksheet. Part of our daily thing. All righty. When you get into a pickle, say your name blank, wait for it. Don't panic, just relax. Wait for it. Wait, wait, wait. Okay. Also, you can say, you got yourself into this mess. Let me help you get out. Me meaning you, not me meaning me, not me meaning the third person, God is saying, let me get you out of this. Nope, when you get into a mess, let me help you get out. What if you stepped out of your comfort zone? Yes, right. That's the Navy SEAL thing over the door. Yesterday was the only easy day. Do not seek comfort, seek uncomfort. Okay, also, let's start the day, the week. Something great is going to happen to me today. Something great is going to happen to me today. And when you say that and you drive that down, imagine that you're driving a stake into the ground. Something great, taking it from there. Something great is going to happen to, so you're pulling it down to me, putting it into you, and then bam, into the ground. Always look on the bright side. We've got too much negative self-talk going on there. Too much negative self-talk. You are what you believe you are. If you are somebody that you don't like, change it. Become somebody you do like. No big deal. Seek comfort, advice from an 80-year-old. Answer the phone with enthusiasm and energy in your voice. Right. It works. Okay, let's briefly talk about David Logan, Tribes We Lead. Okay, outside our skull-sized kingdom, the goal is to become successful. Why do I want to know who I am and why I behave I do? So I can be successful. What is success? Money times meaning and purpose. And if you don't have any meaning or purpose in your life, it's money times zero. So you're not going to be successful. And you could end up like a lot of those people, Prince, Michael Jackson, Anthony Bourdain, Tom Petty, who's the purse manufacturer? Was it Anne Klein? I think that's who it was. These people who had no meaning or purpose. So they said there is no meaning and therefore there is no purpose for me to continue living. And depression is a very difficult thing. You can't just say to people, hey, everything's good. Just look at it differently. So it's a neurological problem. Medication does help. But so our goal is to become successful. The idea is if I know who I am and why I behave the way I do, I can dial in who I need to be right now so I can continue on the path to success. Money times meaning and purpose. Okay, well, the key to that, the road to that is power. And power just means getting other people to do what you want. That's the unvarnished, no value judgment term definition. Just getting other people to do what you want. At work, it's called what? Management. What do managers fundamentally do? They manage people. What does that mean? They get people to do what they want, right? It's not like what you want, employees. It's we have a mission and everybody needs to do their part. So I'm going to manage you. I'm going to get you to do what I want so we accomplish the mission. What is it called in the military? It's not called management. Hey, he's a good manager. No, it's called leadership, right? What do good leaders do? They get people to do what they want in order to achieve missions. And they're good at it, achieving missions because they're good at getting people to do what they want. But ultimately, it's just power and it is value neutral. Power is not good or bad. It's how you use it. On the negative end of the spectrum, you have manipulation, coercion, intimidation, etc. That's the negative use. Think of the force. That's the negative way to use the force. The positive way is motivation, compliments, motivation, stimulation, and ultimately it's self-motivation. And an example of that is religion. Okay, so religion says, here's this book, whatever the book is, called the Bible. Here's this book. If you do what it says in here, you're going to have a great life. So what do people do? Self-motivate. I'm going to go read. I believe that. So I'm going to go spend the time to read the book, to do what it says, and get other people to do it as well. That is the best way to do it. Because when you get down to coercion and force, your ability, the number of people you can control becomes very limited. So how many people can you hold at gunpoint and force to do it? Or prisons, right? How many people can you lock inside of the wall? Whereas self-motivation, one person can motivate billions of people, literally. And so you get wealthy, you get money by having other people do what you want. What does Elon Musk want people to do? Buy Teslas. He wants the government to pay for satellites and businesses to pay for satellites. He wants people to have Starlink. You want other people to do what you want. What does Jeff Bezos want people to do before he retired? To buy or sell things through Amazon. Right. And he gets just fractions of pennies from every transaction that people do. So you need to get people to do what you want. Week 3, outside my skull size kingdom, picks up where inside left off. Says, okay, peek outside of your skull size kingdom. What do you see? Oh, I see a lot of other people out there who think the world revolves around them, but I know it revolves around me. But I need to get them to do what I want them to do. Boom, that's it. And so this week, it's how do we do that? How do we get other people to do what we want? And it starts with David Logan today, who we've had email exchanges with over the years. Quite interesting, but David Logan's thing is, for our purposes, boils down to join tribe, nudge forward. You want to get people to do what you want, join a tribe, nudge it forward. And if you're nudging it forward, are they doing what you want? Yes. And then we can look at that in our little tribe at a better, brighter beginning. We're doing that now. Okay. So how are we doing for time? It's such a runic rhyme. Okay, 16 minutes. I'm going to wrap it up. And I will be there. People need to be ready by 7:45. I can take Sophie plus 3 other people in the car. I would like Sophie to ride with me. I know she can walk, but I'd like Sophie to ride with me. I'm going to take Sophie in the car. And Deborah. So that leaves 2 other people. Could be Frankie. Who knows? You've got Mitch. You figure it out. But I don't want Isaiah to be confused and concerned and think that everybody left him behind. So if you're going to leave, invite him to go with you. But if he's going to stay, let's make sure that of the 5 plus 4 of the 8 people, 9 people, including Sophie, of the 9 people, 6 people are going with you. So leave Deborah and 2 other people behind. Otherwise, enjoy the walk, etc., etc. And there we go. So with that, I'm going to say and cut,